I expected a familiar scene, her car from my childhood, but she wasn't in it. That's when I knew something was wrong. And somehow, in that moment, I remembered everything. Who I was, what had happened, what I had lost. The strange thing, I was a teenager again. But I had the mind of my adult self, the knowledge, the grief, the life I've lived since. That's when I realized I was dreaming, and something inside me was trying to speak. Hey guys, Scott Layton here from the Renaissance Spirit channel. This video is a voiceover as I reflect and walk through the city of Tirana, my new home. Early this morning, I woke up from that dream of my mother that left me rattled. We're diving into something that touches us all, whether we admit it or not, our dreams. Not our goals or plans, our literal, vivid, often confusing dreams while we sleep. This morning, I woke up from a dream I can only describe as haunting, but also possibly healing. This video might not be for everyone, but if you've ever woken up shaken by a dream, wondering what it meant, keep watching. Because sometimes what we dream isn't just random noise. Sometimes it's a window into grief, memory, and the very nature of who we are. Whether it's a voiceover video explainer or a vlog video, I try to do videos related to what I'm thinking and feeling, chronicling my life, hopefully to help you understand yours better. Because after all, we're all human and subject to the whims of the human condition. So let me tell you about this dream. In it, I was in high school again. Same hallways, same feelings. But I wasn't the same. I knew everything I know now, and things were off. My mother had died instead of my father. My life was being turned into a TV show, but it wasn't my life. It was fictionalized, twisted, off. I was watching my younger self from both the inside and the outside, knowing something was wrong, but I couldn't stop it. Eventually, I broke. I started crying uncontrollably in the middle of school. I was sent to the principal's office for grief. Even in the dream, I thought, they can't do this. I should sue the network for airing this. That's how real it felt. And then somehow, I found myself with my father. There was grief between us, shared and raw. Something we never really got to have in real life, since he's the one who was killed in the car accident when I was 13, and in real life, my mom died in 2023. The dream wasn't a nightmare, but it was heavy. I woke up confused, heart pounding, and honestly, a little lost. So what was that? What are dreams, really? Psychologists say dreams help us process unresolved emotion, sort memories, regulate anxiety. Neuroscientists talk about REM sleep, memory consolidation, and emotional stimuli, but there's more to it than that. From a philosophical lens, dreams raise questions about selfhood and reality. What does it mean when we dream about ourselves, but the story's changed? When trauma gets rewritten and we're still carrying the grief? Again, this isn't about dream interpretation in the vague symbol equals meaning sense. Instead, it's about the function of the dream. Probably, no one's written more about dreams than Freud. He saw them as coded expressions of repressed desire. While that idea stuck in pop culture, modern science sees it differently. Freud's ideas were groundbreaking at the time, but they were more metaphorical than fact. Today, many psychologists regard his interpretations with skepticism. They're historically important, but not scientifically verifiable. We now understand dreams as potentially meaningful that reflect memory, emotional processing, and sometimes unresolved conflicts. But they're also shaped by what we eat, how we sleep, and how much stress we carry. So no, your dreams aren't trying to predict your future, but they are revealing where your emotional energy still lives. Grief dreams, especially, allow the brain to process what real life didn't give us space for. That moment where my adult self was inside my teen body, that's integration, that's compassion, that's healing. And the TV show, possibly my fear of being misunderstood or misrepresented, a feeling many of us carry. Why does this matter? Because if you've had dreams like this, you're not broken, you're not weird, you're human, and your mind is trying to heal. Grief doesn't follow a timeline. Memory doesn't obey logic, and dreams might be the only place where the past and present can finally have a conversation. If you've ever dreamed of a loved one you lost, if you've ever stepped back into your childhood with the mind you have now, you're not alone. And here are some tips to consider, especially if you're experiencing intense or emotional dreams. Be mindful of what you eat and drink before bed. Heavy meals, alcohol, or caffeine can disrupt sleep patterns and intensify dreams. Track your mood. Anxiety, stress, grief, all of these can manifest in dreams. Journaling or talking about your emotions during the day can lessen their intensity at night. Practice gentle sleep hygiene. No screens before bed. Keep a consistent schedule and allow space for reflection. use the dream as a prompt, not for prediction, but for self-inquiry. What came up? What still needs care or closure? Dreams aren't predictions, they're signals, emotional data, fragments of truth we haven't spoken aloud. And sometimes they're the only place where buried or suppressed emotions come to the surface, when your conscious mind is too busy or too guarded to process them. So maybe instead of decoding them like puzzles, we just listen with curiosity, not fear, with humility, and listen to what they're trying to show us. We're not the first to wrestle with meaning in the middle of the night. Dreams have shaped human history. Descartes once dreamed of a whirlwind that changed how he thought about truth and reason. Mary Shelley had a nightmare that inspired her to write Frankenstein. Abraham Lincoln dreamed of his own assassination days before it happened. Paul McCartney literally heard the melody for Yesterday in a dream. And in the Bible, Joseph became Pharaoh's trusted advisor because of his ability to interpret dreams, which saved an entire nation from famine. Even in ancient Mesopotamia, kings recorded their dreams in cuneiform. The Epic of Gilgamesh, one of humanity's oldest stories, includes dream sequences about mortality. In ancient Greece, Aristotle and Plato both wrote about the meaning of dreams, and temples called Asclepia were dedicated to healing through dream incubation. Across time and culture, people have looked to dreams not just for insight, but for guidance. They've built temples to them, written books because of them, made music from them, and reimagined the world through them. Our ancestors weren't so different from us. They grieved, they loved, they questioned, and they dreamed. That's why understanding dreams matters. It connects us to something ancient, something shared, the timeless human condition. If you've ever had a dream that stuck with you, if it confused you, comforted you, or cracked something open, tell me in the comments. This is a judgment-free space, and if you're grieving a person, a place, or a version of yourself, just know you're not alone. We don't need certainty, we need understanding. Take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next one. Think it's time for a nap.